Sean Besecker, 5'10", out of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, reading for Howie. And how are we supposed to do that? We don't know her.
Just based on what she said on the phone.
I don't understand why someone else's feelings should outweigh mine.
Well, they shouldn't outweigh yours, but they can be in conversation with yours.
That's just giving me extra work. God, I'm so hungry right now.
Well, Howie, whether you realized it or not, you've actually just expressed a feeling to me, and I appreciate it. We're already on our way. I wrote worried, which is similar to scared, and then guilty. Now I think this is interesting. Why might she feel guilty? If she murdered? Specific to this situation.
Because she got into a lot of debt. But that's not our fault. She should have thought about that before she spent money that she didn't have.
So thanks for bringing that up, Howie. I think that's really common. She should have. I think we should. Others as a defense mechanism. We say what someone should have done to convince ourselves that we would never be in their position. But when we do that, we're also ignoring all of the specific things that complicate a person's life. Empathy asks you to hold your judgment and accept. Guys, what's funny?
It's about Eva.
Can I see it, please? I don't understand what I'm looking at here. Who's this on the bottom? That's Janie right before she took out the pack of matches. And that's me next to her. But why are Eva's legs bent up like that?
In order to make the joke funny. Do you not understand jokes?
Got it. Okay, new rule. Jokes about Eva are not allowed here. But, end of story.
You know, you're a bummer, you know that? Why am I even listening to you? I don't know you.
Howie, please sit down.
Actually, here in this office, I stand wherever I want. So this morning, I stood in front of my mother's gravesite for like a half an hour. I thought about how she was murdered, or, well, I guess not murdered, but, stabbed in the body until she died.
Okay, thanks for sharing that with us. Who wants to respond to Howie? You feel sad because your mother was murdered, is that right? Great. So if that...
No, that's not right. I do not feel sad because my mother was murdered.
Okay, are you sure?
Yeah.
But Howie, have you ever been able to really explore how you actually feel about your mother's murder? Like, were you ever given permission to cry about it?
To what about it?
Cry.
I'm trying to understand what you're saying.
Howie, crying is when the top of a hose is connected to another hose, and so you can't figure out where the top one starts. When? No. What I'm saying is, maybe you were taught that crying is a weakness, but it's not. It's a strength, and I want to give you permission to access your feelings.
Thank you, Sophia. But I really don't feel sad about my mother's murder. She died when I was 10, and most I feel about it is...
Maybe you feel powerless because your mother was murdered.
No, I don't. I don't feel sad, and I don't feel powerless.
Now, hold on a second. Let me just, Howie... Maybe you feel nothing about your mother's murder.
Maybe you feel
nothing, or said differently, you feel nothing because your mother was murdered. Is that right?
Oh my God. Of course. So many years replaying my mother's murder and how I held her in my arms as she gasped for air and told me that she never really loved me. And I never understood how I felt about it, and now I know. Yeah, I feel nothing because my mother was murdered. Oh my God. I feel so seen. Thank you. Thank you, Sophia.